Good afternoon, parents. It's Mr. B here. I'm here with another quick video to wrap up our end of the year or last week of school. Today, I just have some helpful summer schedule tips with the theme of that less can be more. Ideally, we want to have a somewhat of a schedule for them during the summer. It kind of helps them adjust back to school. Not a strict schedule like at school, but if you keep a little bit consistency in the summer, it tends to lead to less problems for you because once school starts again, they're kind of like, oh, well, I'm kind of in my routine already. So just keeping some sort of summer routine is important and kind of helps them, and especially with, if they're frustrated or anything, that kind of cuts it down a little bit. So some ideas can be just simply having the same thing of reading and math as part of your routine every day. It can be in the morning, it can be in the afternoon. Kind of talk to your child, maybe figure out what time of the day do they prefer to read. Is it maybe right after lunch? Could it be in the afternoon? But having that consistent time of and even reading together, sitting on the couch or sitting outside in the grass, reading together. Right? Math can be done either with papers or online, but just having that consistency of some parts of the day is going to be just that practice. Right? The goal is not to necessarily go ahead in reading and math. In the summer, the goal is to maintain what they've learned so they don't have to do extra work when they return. Physical play outside is great, of course, visiting the playgrounds. It also helps them practice their small and large motor skills. Being distance learning and or just being in hybrid for the last 2 years, we can see a lot of motor skills for some of the kids are kind of delayed, like running in place, running in a straight line even. It can be difficult for some of them grasping things with fingertips because they didn't practice it because when they were at home with their iPad. So having going to the playground allows that development of that motor skill, coordination. Again, pick a time that's best for your child and stick to it. Having that same time for the same thing helps them build routines and helps them be consistent with their learning. We went to the libraries on Wednesday. Feel free to visit the library once a week. It's free. It's better than paying $40 for a book, right? They're free. Library cards are free. And I'll even email parents during the summer once in a while when I'm not working that what library I'll be visiting so you can visit me at the library. Picnics and walks in our county parks, also good for play dates. There's huge playgrounds there, French Park, Baker Park. All of our parks in Hamilton County are open to be visited. Please think about that. Also, riding bikes together, right? If it breaks, have them fix it with you so they understand the science of what makes a bike work. Don't just let them run in and disappear. Have them fix the bike with you. Great time to learn. Having verbal responses as much as possible. No more pointing and tapping you, right? If they want something, their mouth should be open. It helps them with reading. It's amazing how much if they read out loud, they read faster than if they try and internalize it inside their head. They're not quite mature yet to just read quietly in their head all the time. So having lots of verbal responses throughout the day is possible. Okay? You can do things like you read a page or they read a page, right? Visiting the science museum, the art museum, a music concert, cooking and baking together are great ways to practice math, and it forces them to talk. Making a shopping list together instead of telling Alexa to do it, right? The Amazon thing, right? Have them make it together. Have them explain why they want you to buy something. That forces that higher level thinking in their brain. If they want a toy, make them do extra chores at work. It helps them count money when you put that money in a bag every time they earn something for doing something extra. It's practicing counting their money. Piggy banks are great too. Community events. Again, I did this yesterday. Most cities should have events that are restarting again after COVID. So soccer camp, dance club, robotic club. Look into your city and your community education in your city to see if there is something that would be interesting to your child. And of course, maybe the last thing is to keep technology to a minimum if possible. Okay, they were on their iPad for 2.5 years pretty much. They use a lot at Weaver Lake. It's time to do other things besides just pointing on the pad. Uh, I think it's time to just kind of rediscover what it was like to play or learn without technology. And then last thing is, of course, a recommendation from the school is if you have a bedtime for school, try and keep it roughly the same in the summer. It's really hard for them in September to adjust if they've been going to bed 2, 3 hours later than normal, and all of a sudden they have to wake up 3 hours earlier. It's really difficult and can lead to some problems and conflicts with you at home as well. So trying to keep roughly the same bedtime is also a great idea during the summer. All suggestions, but things that we have been watching over the years that seem to help students. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.